Сегодня второй день на Азорских островах, остров Сант-Мигель. Мы вышли погулять, возможно, пойдем в поход на гору. Сейчас около 12 часов дня, но погода такая так себе. 20 градусов, но неприятный ветер и тучи. То есть солнца совсем нет. Посмотрим, если какие-то красивые виды найдем. Вот сейчас мы в порту на фоне нашего корабля МСЦ. Корабль замечательный. Все сделано отлично. Организация входа-выхода просто невероятно хорошая. Никаких очередей нигде нет. Пойдемте вместе с нами на экскурсию по острову Сант-Мигель. Подписывайтесь на наш канал, ставьте лайк. Мы вас всех очень ждем. Путешествуйте вместе с нами. При выходе из порта мы взяли экскурсию до озера и до ананасовых плантаций на 3 часа. И получилось каждого человека, нас 4 в нашей группе, и у нас получилось человека 35 евро. Поехали вместе с нами смотреть.
Because of the environment, the foggy, the weather.
Здесь с этого места самый красивый вид на кратер вулкана, который сзади меня, Сете-Сидадес. Вы видите там маленький город, и вокруг этого кратера расположено много гор и лесов. Виды просто потрясающие. Но, конечно, очень холодно, ветер, дождь. Вот. Но это стоит, чтобы приехать сюда, и даже в такую серую погоду здесь вид просто потрясающий. Смотрите и путешествуйте вместе с нами.
Right now here in this viewpoint, I have some information I want to share with you guys. Special because of the colors of the lake. The first one, like I said, it's what we call the green lake. And the second one over there in the back, the blue lake.
Yeah.
And they have 2 reasons. Usually, all the time when I explain to the people, they have 2 reasons. One is connected with the legend, what we call the legend of Sete-Cidades. And another reason, it's a little bit more science. For the people don't believe in these kind of legends, okay? So I will start with the legend.
Yeah.
The legend, it is all about one king. One of the reasons they call this viewpoint the king view. And this king, he have a daughter, a princess. This princess is spending some vacations, holidays here in the village of Sete-Cidades. She fall in love with the farmer from the village. And they very lovely together. The princess want to marriage with the farmer. Of course, the king doesn't like the idea.
Yep.
Start to tell like, no way, you're not gonna marriage. This is a poor guy, a farmer. You're not gonna marriage with him. And the princess, very, very sad. She cries a lot. With the blue eyes tears, she create the blue lake. Also, the farmer, very, very sad. The farmer cries a lot also. With the green eyes tears, he create the green lake. The bridge on over there in the middle, you can see under of the bridge they have 7 arcs, and the legs are connected. So the love of the couple is connected for all eternity. They didn't marriage, but by the power of the nature, they are sealed with a perfect circle all around of the crater, represent the ring of the marriage of the couple. And that's the legend of Sete-Cidades. One of the reasons why it's green and blue.
Yeah.
Some people believe, other people they don't believe. Telling by me all the time it's different, but I will tell you a little bit more in a different way, a little bit more science why they have these colors in the lake.
Yeah.
And right now we cannot see a very strong colors right now in the lakes. So we know for sure it's not because of the water or in the soil or deep in the water. If it was, we have the colors all the time. So it's not because of that. So all the colors in the lake, it's connected with reflections of the sun. All the time the sun comes up here in the right and go all the way here in the left. They make the same line all the year. When the sun starts to touch this direction to the front, to the lakes, this part of the crater where we are right now makes like a shadow. And when the sun starts to touch in this lake, when the perfect angles with the shadow, they start pumping out the colors. And you can see right
You
now,
see green then.
the sun
yes.
is touching the water,
Yeah.
and you can see a little bit more color.
Definitely.
And the other areas, it's dark because it's the clouds. And the other one over there on the other side, when the sun touches in the same direction, that part of the crater never makes a shadow. The sun touches the water and reflects directly with the sky and becomes blue.
Yes.
And that's the reason why the colors, they're all the time changing. Because we need these perfect angles of reflections of the sun in the water. If we don't have that, we don't have any colors. And right now we can see one idea right now. A little bit more green in some
Ah, ouais.
Yes.
more
Because the
colors.
sun's
Ouais,
coming
ouais,
through.
ouais.
On its top, it's starting touching in the water. The other areas it's a little bit more dark
Yeah.
because of the
The
clouds.
clouds, yeah.
And that's the reason why we have this changing of colors in the lake. Sometimes the people they don't believe, they think it's like for photographs. No, it's not true.
No, you can see
No,
it's
it
the
is.
shade.
It's true.
Shape is the
Sometimes we can get very strong green color
Yeah.
and a strong blue,
yes.
but it's not all the time.
Yeah.
They are changing all the
Depends
time.
on the clouds
Yes,
as well.
depend all the time of the reflections and angles
Mhm.
of the sun.
Yeah.
And that's the information I was.
I believe that. I
Want
don't
to
believe. I
share
don't
with
believe
you
the
guys?
princess and the farmer. No, I believe this.
It's a little bit different.
Yeah, it is absolutely
But
stunning.
because we have this legend here, of course I
of
want to
course,
share
yeah,
with you
yeah,
guys.
that-
We can see a lot of some of them with very nice colors right now, but this is a kind of flower they grown up in the summer. Most of them they are in a different color right now. They are a little bit dark because they are starting to fall down. We have a few of them with the nice colors, but others they are not very good color. They are starting to die. But all of this street, all the way down, it's full with this flower of the hydrangeas all the way down. In August, in the summer, this is packed full with white and blue all the way down. Sometimes it's difficult just to see a green color. They can become very big, white and blue all the way down.
Мы на машине спустились немножко к другому такому месту, где можно видеть это же озеро Сети-Сидадес с другой точки. Оно потрясающего цвета, зеленое, синее. И когда выходит солнце, вы можете видеть оттенки этого озера. Потрясающе красиво. Здесь тихо, меньше ветра, и виды невероятные, захватывают дух. Откуда
Откуда явились?
А мы
Это
спали
что
до
за
9,
чудо
потом
какое-то?
вышли в порт и нашли для 4 человек по 35 евро экскурсию персональную. Красота невероятная. Были на то, у нас так еще она рассказывает. Вот наша гид. Где-то мы
Встретили, красавица, умница, спасибо, рекламируемая. Она такая хорошая экскурсовод.
Вот расскажите,
Расскажите,
какая.
как у вас фирма, как вас найти.
Наталья Азорыш-Тур. Есть я в Инстаграме, есть свой сайт, тоже так же называется Наталья Азорыш-Тур. В общем, милости просим на Азорские острова. Именно я работаю на острове Сан-Мигель. вот, показываю местные красоты, влюбляю, да, туристов в наш остров. У нас очень многогранный, каждая зона уникальна, поэтому приезжайте еще. На 1-2 дней это, конечно, маловато. Лучше, когда это 3 дня, тогда можно увидеть центральную часть, да, и все стороны острова.
Так что все,
Да,
канал.
спасибо. Спасибо.
Пойдем, нас ждут. Так, ну все, до встречи.
We are crossing right now here the bridge. And right where they have the blue lake. And the left, the green lake. Crossing here the bridge, we are coming all the way inside of the village of Sete Cidades. Here in the village of Sete Cidades, we're gonna stop in the center of the village. This is a kind of village. They can spend a full day here, doing a lot of different kinds of activities. And then they have in Portuguese and in English the reason why they choose this name for the village.
Yeah.
It's all connected with the number 7. The translation of the name, usually we cannot translate names. It's not possible. But sometimes I tell the people just for best idea. Sete Cidades mean in English 7 cities. But this is not a city, this is small parish village. And the reason they have the name of Sete Cidades, it's connected with the number 7. In this big crater we saw there in the top of the mountain, inside of this big crater they have more 6 small craters. Inside of the big one makes in total 7 craters. And also they have 7 craters and 7 lakes. You can see here. And all because of that, they choose the name to the village and all this area, Sete Cidades. Yes, and that's the reason why they choose this name of Sete Cidades.
Do you climb to this mountain?
They have a lot of hiking trails.
Ah, yeah.
Hiking trails.
Nice.
They have all around different
Yes.
hiking trails all around. And the people they do it. People they like this kind of activities.
Ah,
They can do it some hiking trails in the top of the mountain.
okay.
This one here, this is the church from this village, where they call the name of the church Saint Nicol Church. It was built in
Like me?
1857. And they have something very neat in this church, special because most of the Catholic Church, they have a style of construction like Baroque. This one, it's a little bit different. It's a typical neo-Gothic style of construction. And most of the buildings, something you're gonna see a lot here, they use a lot of this kind of mineral volcanic rocks. They use a lot in the streets and also in the buildings for decoration. Here, the church is open. You can take an easy walk to visit if you like it. And then when you finish, you come back all the way back to the car. Okay?
Okay.
Enjoy.
Okay. Thank you.
Мы сейчас спустились с горы, гуляем по городу Сете Сидадес. И сейчас мы идем в сторону церкви христианской, которая основана в 19 веке. Тут очень красивая аллея с деревьями, которым больше 200 лет. Вокруг потрясающие горы, туда можно делать пешие прогулки. Очень много дорог открыто туристических. Место потрясающее. И как нам сказали, тут из Парижа есть прямые рейсы. Понта-Делгадо 2 раза в неделю. Так что очень легко прилететь сюда на отдых. И, как нам сказал гид, в апреле-марте месяце вот все эти гортензии, которые вы сейчас видите, Они цветут повсюду. И весь остров утопает в цветах синих, красных, желтых, всевозможных оттенков. Очень красивый остров.
Ну вот, мы сейчас в городе Сете-Сидадес. Этот остров вулканического происхождения. И что случилось 25 тысяч лет тому назад? Большой был взрыв. Было много извержений вулканов в этом большом взрыве изначальном. И образовалось 7 озер. Эти 7 озер дали название этому городу. Мы тут пришли в церковь Святого Николая, которая находится в центре города Сете-Сидадес.
Some days it feels like I'm on some chariot, riding so fast I can barely catch my breath, floating all the way to the sun, savoring every taste of my oblivion. Nobody jinx it, I'm finally turning it round, going up in the world, making mama proud. I'm gonna climb so high, fly right into the sun. Oh, when I come back down, they'll call me Icarus. Ooh, they'll call me Icarus, Icarus. Ooh, they'll call me Icarus, Icarus. I want the fame, the fall, the view. I wanna laugh, the blazes in glory.
Мы остановились в уникальном месте. Это такое место, откуда видно 2 океана одновременно. То есть это конечная точка острова. Виды за мной просто невероятной красоты. Зеленая трава, пасутся коровы и встречаются почти 2 океана.
And we pronounce in English Azores with the Z.
Yes, yes.
In Portuguese, we pronounce Açores with the C.
cedilla as well underneath. Yes.
Arruda, it is the last name of the owner.
Ah.
All this building here is part from this old family. When they start special for business, during these pineapple plantations, where they have here in this board some information I already shared with you guys in Portuguese and in English about the date when they start doing in 1850, and the information when they are doing only here in San Miguel these pineapple plantations. Here inside, we're gonna see from very close and also from inside all the pineapple plantations. I already shared with you guys in all of the way some information is gonna be useful for you guys to understand the difference from other countries and from here.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, and it's important to know, it's not because it's different plants. They are exactly the same plant. The only difference, it's the techniques they use in the field.
Yes.
They use these greenhouses here to put inside the pineapple plantation.
Yeah.
And using the greenhouse like this, they can control a lot of
The
things
temperature, the
and
light.
all the time. It is one of the big difference.
Yeah.
2 years here,
6
other
months.
countries 6 months. It's a very big difference. But also it's important to tell, it's not because they're growing up slowly inside of the greenhouse, but because they force them to grow up slowly. That's a big difference.
Right.
And they force them to grow up slowly because they know the quality of the fruit gonna become much better. And here, the easy walk, we're gonna visit different age of the plant.
Yeah.
This is the beginning here in the front. And I'm gonna show you guys how they start planting the plants. some of the greenhouses where we're gonna visit, they have a paper in the door gonna tell us some information. The number of the phase they have. This is the first and second, and they have in total 8. In each phase they have different techniques they do inside. This one, it's where we call the bowls. The bowls and shoots. The bowls, it's this, the root of the plant. When they put in a surface like this of the soil,
Yeah.
and in 2 months they're gonna start to grow up like this. 2 months.
Yep.
And then they wait a little bit more time for 7 months. For the second phase they call the shots. When the plants start to grow up a little bit bigger, she gonna create a new root. And then they take off from the soil to cut that new root to plant new ones again.
Ah, yes.
And this one they cut. They're gonna bring like 500 plants like this for a new greenhouse with the new soil. They're gonna replant exactly like this to the end to give the fruit more late.
Yeah.
They use the root for them to save money in the seeds.
Yeah.
They only use the root to keep producing the plants.
Constant.
Yes. And here, for example, it is the beginning. Keep planting and replanting all the plants.
Yeah.
All of the way, we're gonna catch different age of the plant. So this one here, for example, it's very long. They have 7 months, 8 months. And this one, it's where they cut the root and they replant them then again in the field, definitely to the end.
Yeah. They
To
stay
give the
here
fruit.
to them.
Yeah. Yeah, probably they're gonna have the pineapple in this one only the next year.
Yeah.
2 years, it's a long time. When the pineapple is growing up, a lot of things can change the pineapple. A lot of conditions. 2 years, it's a long time, okay? And all of this time, they can catch a lot of different conditions of the weather, water, and sometimes the fruit, they are not exactly with the same side. Sometimes they can have a very perfect conditions and they are very big.
Yeah.
Other times they don't have a very perfect condition and they are not so big. So also they can change depending all of the different conditions they have inside. Right now here, this is the 7 and the 8. It is one of the last phase when they are starting to cut. Here, walking in the middle, all the way in the middle, you can walk. Most of them, they are changing to yellow. And then you're gonna start to smell also the sweets of the pineapple. Especially because most of them, they are starting to change to
Yeah.
yellow. Here in this company, they do different products with the pineapple. They produce the fruit, they sell the fruit, they export the fruit, but they also do products with the fruit. For example, they do a sweet jam and a liquor with the fruit. For them to pick up the pineapple yellow like this, it is okay because they're gonna use in a factory. But if they want to export, they must cut them big and green to export to other countries. Depends of the decision of the company. Visit inside of the small shop. I will show you some of the products they make with the pineapple.
Wow.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, very nice.
So they have a very lovely shop with lovely things all around. And here in the back, I want to show you special some of the products they produce with the banana.
São do barco.
Hello.
Ah, é?
There's the Inglaterra, there's France. So they have here some of the products they produce with the banana. For example, they have here 3 different types of sweet jam, a tamper for salad with red pepper inside, and a liquor in a small bottle and a big bottle, and of course the sweet cakes. And here the company, they offer to the people, if you guys like this kind of liquors, they offer a few samples here for the people to try the liquor. Thank God, suficient. So if you want, you can pick one and try it. When you finish, you put here in a small box.
Okay.
And then you can enjoy some time, take a look from all around of the shop.
Alright, thank you.
When we finish, we will return back to the cruise ship.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Ну, давай.
Нашу экскурсию замечательную.
Ну, да.
У кого крепкий? Вкусно.
Мгм.
Мы сейчас были в теплицах, где выращивают ананасы. Ананасы созревают 2 года, и нам показали все стадии созревания ананасов. От корней до уже плодов самых различных. Очень интересно, посмотрите, как это происходит. Очень они красивенькие, и их специально выращивают 2 года, очень долго, чтобы они были очень сладкие и очень вкусные. То есть именно здесь, на Азорах, самые вкусные ананасы. Сейчас мы попробовали ликер ананасовый. Конечно, очень вкусный. Видишь, упаковано.
Красиво.
Очень красиво сделано. Как подарок ананасовый джем.
Понятно.
Это что, какая-то пробка, видел какая? Это ананасы.
Понятно.
Ну, вот все из ананаса, видишь? Ну да, очень хорошие шарфы. Здесь украшения красивые.
Mas eu só estou aqui à espera de volta e compramos as coisas.
You do this kind of service here in San Miguel from Azores, of guided tours, hiking trails, all around of the island. We have our website from our company, Best One Tours, www.bestoneTours.com. Any kind of bookings, it's able to do it there directly. It's easy and it's very lovely. Big views, a lot of hiking trails, a lot of places to visit. It's nice, it's very, very good. It's something we have a lot of people, they come here, different countries. It's nice to spend some vacation, peaceful, quiet, and to be in contact with the nature. It's very good.
Thank you.
Мы только что вернулись с экскурсии. Экскурсия длилась 4 часа. Нам очень повезло с гидом Тиаго. Он прекрасный рассказчик. Такую великолепную экскурсию нам провел. Нас было 4 человек. Мы еще 2 женщины из Англии. У нас было достаточно времени, чтобы остановиться в каждом месте. Самое главное место было Сете Сидадес. но это целый регион. То есть мы с 3 точек видели красивые озера, проехались по мосту, который соединяет 2 озера, погуляли в прекрасном городе. И в окончании экскурсии нас даже повели показать, как растут ананасы в теплицах. Это тоже потрясающее зрелище. Ни в одном месте такого чуда мы не видели. От очень маленьких цветочков ананасиков до больших зрелых плодов. Ну и в конце была дегустация ликера. Тоже было очень приятно попробовать. Вот. Экскурсия замечательная. Мы ее купили в порту, прямо у Тиаго, который предлагал всем экскурсию на машине. Достаточно вместительный на 8 человек, но так как нас набралось только 4, вот была для нас экскурсия 40 евро с человека. Я считаю, это совсем недорого за 4 часа экскурсии, почти с персональным гидом-водителем. Путешествуйте вместе с нами, ставьте лайк, подписывайтесь на канал. Мы вас всех очень ждем. Путешествуйте вместе с нами.